you should not need to do another tevilah again, because if the Kelim becomes the goys and comes to you, you need to do tevilah. וכדין הגונה כדין מן הגוי, ואם רוצה למוכרו חנותו לגוי, if a person wants to sell his store to the goy that is full of chametz, יחד עם החמץ שבתוכו, with all the chametz in his store, יעשה שאלת חכם, he needs to ask his Rav how to do it right. אבל וכאלה הכלים בשטר המכירה, and if he wrote even his utensils that contain the chametz in the sheta, in the document of selling, יש להסליחם תפילה בלי ברכה. He needs to do תפילה without ברכה. Okay, next הלכה. ואותם שיש להם מיני מתירה שיש בהם רמח, לא ישאו אותם בבית, אלא ימכרו לגוי, או ייתנו אותם לו במתנה לגמורה. Now those who have the mixture of chametz at their home, that chametz also, so this is not chametz gamur, also that chametz that has mixture needs to be given to the goy, non-Jew, as gift, or needs to be sold. ואף על פי שהגוי הוא מחזיק אותו להם לאחר פסח, even if the goy returns to him after פסח. וכן אותם שיש להם דגן שקוראים בורגול, וכן משחה בירה. Also those who have this בורגול or בירה that they are both חמץ, צריכים למכור לנוכרי או להתנם לו במתנה גמורה. Also needs to sell it to a goy or to give it as a matana to a goy. Right? ויחכם אצלו לביתו, ואם שכחו, and if he forgot, ולא מחרום או לא נתנום למתנה, and he didn't give it as a matana or he didn't sell it, ועבר עליהם פסח, and Pesach passed by, בכבוד ביד into שמו. Right? Asurim b'hanaa achar Pesach. Then after Pesach cannot be used. Aval sukar haba ma'arei India. V'chen qand haba ma'arei Europa. But the sugar that comes from India back then, or qand, sugar qand that comes from Europe, or that which is called nabat, mutar, otam, b'bayit, b'pesach. One is allowed to keep it in his home during Pesach, because there is not a mixture of chametz in it to the extent that needs to be sold. ומי שיש לו חמץ בספינה או בשיירה ימכרנו לנוכרי במעות או בשטרן. And if a person has a ship, right, or a container in water, that chametz also needs to be sold, right, with contract. ויבוא אצל המורה ללמדו נוסח השטר איך הוא. And one is to come and inquire that how this document needs to be written. Okay, הרב עובדיה יוסף, הרב שלום talks about this. וכתב הרב שהסוכר מותר באכילה בימי הפסח. That sugar is allowed to be used during Pesach. Now, our form of sugar, we need to be careful. If it's like brown sugar 100% and one obtained before Pesach, then can be used during Pesach. Alright? Doesn't need a specific hechsher according to us Sephardim for Pesach. Omi, unless it has other things added to it. Omi shenahag shanim raport shelo le'chol sukar bePesach. Now, Rav Ovadia Yosef Alav Shalom talks about the common case. Right? What about there was this person that for many years he refrained from having sugar during Pesach because of the problem of chametz. Ima second mipi shahaya savu shelo asur min adin ashay levatel minhago beli shum hatara. If a person thought that this is asur from Torah, right? So he made a mistake. It's not. Then he doesn't need to do hatarat nedarim. Ve'im nohag mishum chumrah. But if he was noheg because of the chumrah, that there is a stringency of he accepted upon himself the stringency not to have sugar, right? Velo said that alichsor bo minhago, and he needs to go back to his minhag. Yaseh hatara al minhago, he needs to make hatarat nedarim. Especially that he didn't say beli neder. You should have said beli neder when he accepted that neder. If he said beli neder, he doesn't need hatarat nedarim. ויכול לעשות התורה לפני הפסח גם כן. He can do this התורה before Pesach. ואם רצונו דברה להמשיך במנהג להחמיר, and if he wants to continue this מנהג, יש על מה על כל פנים עצה, איזה עצה להקל על ידי So what he can do, he can mix the sugar. He wants to have the astringency. But what he can do, he can mix the sugar in water before Pesach, right? And cool it off. And then reuse it. This is probably Batel B'Shishim before Pesach. So according to all the opinions, it's okay. ואם לא החזירו קודם, יחזירנו את הפסח ואין בזה חשש משום חמץ שעבר עליו. Now if he didn't sell it, he doesn't need to be worried. After Pesach he can use it. Okay, next halacha. הלובש כתונת חדשה ממין הבגדים שיש בהם חמץ, נוחשה, שחורים וערבי, נשה. צריך לכבסה קודם פסח היטב שישרה אותה במים קודם כיבוס כדי שיוכל להעביר את זה נשה ממנה על ידי כיבוס ולבס במורה. Now, if a person has this clothing that has some sort of chametz, he needs to wash it before Chag. Shem Tisha B'Av, if he leaves it, then this is chametz, and that's a problem. Even a little bit of it. Right? Right? וכן ייזהרו לכבס קודם המועד הטפחות החדשות הבאים מערי אירופה שגם אלו יש בהם חמץ נוחשה Shekolin Nasha. So there was this item that came from Europe that had mixtures of chametz. So that should have been washed before Pesach. וכן יכבסו המפה שקוראים על השולחן. Also, the table cover that comes from Europe, wash it, or any table cover, wash it understandably before Pesach. Because they put this nasha powder that was chametz. Okay. So Harav Ovadia Yosef Alav Shalom explains doesn't talk about this. So next halacha Yud Bet. לא ישמש בכלים של חמץ בפסח בלי הכשר. בלי, not הכשר, הכשר. וכפי תשמישו הכשר שלו, שאם נשתמש בו חמץ ברוטב, פשרו על ידי עגלה במים רותחים. Now, a person needs to be careful. The containers that he is using for Pesach, they need to be Hagalat, they need to become kosher, according to their usage. If it was used with hot water, the same hot water that was used in them, that same hot water can clean it from chametz. And Harav Ben Ishchad Avshalom explains, you want to do Hagalah, you can't just do it, you just can't put it in the hot water. No, you need to make sure that it comes to the boiling degree that is called, right, Roteyach. וטוב להשחות מעט את הכלי בתוך הרותחים. It's good to leave these kelim in the hot water a little bit כדי שיכנסו הרותחים לתוך עוברי הכלי, that the hot water should go in all the sections וכדי יציאת הגיעול לחוץ. That the water also should go on the surface, on the back. But don't leave it there too much. Before Hagalah, understandably, a person needs to clean those kelim well. Also, the handles of kelim, they also need to be Hagalat. Now, this needs to be done before 5th oven. Why? Because there were other good reasons. Why? ואפילו המעגל קודם שעה 50 יזהיר שלא יהיו הכלים that he needs to also be careful that these kelim should have not been used within last 24 hours. Also, for the same reason, a person who is carrying his sink, that sink should have not been used past 24 hours. Okay, and what about the top of the pots and pans? Yes, of course, they also need to be cashered. Now, Harabu Badia Yosef, Harabu explains. That is, one should do Hagalat before the 5th hour. והווה נותן טעם בעל נותן טעם ולכן אין לחוש שמא יזיר ויבזר ממנו לזלזל, אבל אך הזמן איסור החמץ יזיר שלא הרשות להיות הכלי בתוך מן ההגדה. The reason behind this is that there needs to be enough time and also resources available to him that after Hagalat, this keli should not become chametz. V'kotev v'shar ta'amei hamitzvot. It is written in Sefer Sha'arei Mitzvot